Bibi Akwaba and Fambra Mega TV and platform way eso. Abraham Amaliba, a NDC legal counsel no, leading member na ono ene odi enemu odi sembi abamonten so efa public accounts committee information any the kind of corruption adokoro some of the public servants and civil servants be Ghana ye nyuma any ye niema beka say ye various offices no na odi nsem no atudwa mempese mekasa bebe yebeko yakwa akutie ensem a owura no ekafa sansem we eho any the current state of abanya yiwom sisiye no no ankasa na aban how omusi tutu niema isifa yenti nseni bi yakoba ibeto so anom ehwe number 1 authentic platform yakoba Kyei Mensah Bonsu akasa afọ NPP omo presidential election do money ehwe yakoba no so ibeti enwase.
It's not corruption. And I didn't know what to even say. If nobody can have access to you, Roland Walker, because you were president, and I come to tell the person that give me 10,000 cities, I will let you see Roland Walker. You give me 10,000, and the next day I'm sitting in front of Roland Walker. Is that not corruption? That is influence peddling. It's corruption, clearly.
Prof, let me ask you a question. What has happened to Wyoming?
So we can mention names, Kwame. We can mention names,
but the follow-through sees
we are talking about them where it is scary to me when you said nothing will happen. If we say nothing will happen, then we are not breaking that cycle. If it becomes cyclical, that if it becomes cyclical, that every day things happen, we meet and talk about it, drill people, they will sweat a little bit and they go home and nothing happens, then that's not how we are solving it.
And somebody steals a goat and he's put in jail.
I mean, you took my time on. The last two is that we have to strengthen institutions and oversight. So the park, we have to strengthen the park and make sure that they have they can prosecute individuals. And then the Auditor General's
strong institutions.
Yes, we need to strengthen our institutions and oversight.
And
then the last one is we have to improve transparency and accountability. And that means online platform that we can track how some of this money goes. But then finally, we should question people who acquire wealth and we don't know the source of it.
That's lifestyle audit.
Yes, we have to ask, even in our homes, when your dad buys a car and you know that his salary cannot buy, Dad, where did you get the money? We should begin that culture of questioning our family people who acquire wealth shortly. And especially the mill did that, right? He went to the customs and asked them that, you saw it. You all saw the video that how come that people come to customs and within 2-3 years you put up a mansion? Where do you get the money from? We should begin to ask questions. The why will solve the problem.
Prof,
for us.
do you have a son?
Yes.
Do you have a daughter?
Yes.
Have they ever questioned you about how you bought a property?
They will question me.
Have they ever?
They will question me.
No, have they?
My case will always question me.
Have they?
Yes.
Have they?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I've trained them that way.
Please.
Because it won't happen.
No Zato and Solo here today. Please.
It won't happen.
Ebo?
Yeah, I think.
So there are key considerations, and I'm going to premise this. So a friend of mine who lives in the UK bought, I think it was iPhone 16 at the time. He left it at the train station. He bought it the next day. I think they do contract or something like that.
Yes, contract.
He left the phone in the train. And by the time he got to work, he saw that his phone was not around. They called him from the train station that somebody in the train, a co-passenger, had come to leave the fresh iPhone 16. Yeah, I think they have some train masters or something.
Yes.
Some
At the train station.
So they called him from the train station that he called the phone and they said the phone is at the train station. Whoever supervises there is there, that a co-passenger. So it talks about culture and it talks about culture.
Yes.
Yeah. There's corruption in the West, but there's no greed among the mass of the population. Okay. I'll give an example. Ken Oforiatta, we saw him with a backpack. A backpack. The young student, they use backpacks.
And the man is supposed to be sick.
And oh no. And he's supposed to be in Ghana. He would not walk like that. Yeah, like on the street and be moderate, modest, etc. Our presidents, when they go abroad, the flashy 4-wheel drives and things, they pick them in BMWs, if it's Germany, you went BMWs, Benz, normal saloon sedans or something like that. You go to the US, you're going to use a normal Ford, a normal Escalade, something. China, you know, what's the and then the Chinese also have that one. Though, why is that we're not able to, over time, change the culture down there so that it trickles up? Is it because we don't have any strong leader in our generation and the next generation, or we are not ever going to produce that to change this?
No, we've changed over the years. We've changed, except that we've changed from bad to worse.
How do we change from this to be good?
Yes, I think if we can consciously look at our education system, because all of us went through education system, we were exposed to certain behavior. Our secondary school life today, if you hear some of the things that our secondary school people do, it's baffling. So we have to have a real look at our education system, because if you want to straighten up a tree, you don't wait for the tree to grow. Once you plant it and it's going, it's heading to a direction that you don't like, you just have to, do it when it is young, and that is what we're supposed to do. We need to tackle the issue from the very roots. I mean, our education system.
Yeah,
we should be able to do that. But let me tell you. All the solutions we are offering, the only one solution that will work is making corruption expensive. People going to jail 30 years for stealing. I mean, you can have an open door. Let one person enter that door and die. Nobody would want to enter that door.
So
if somebody has stolen and the person has been given 40 years or life imprisonment, you would dare not steal, because you know that in this country, when you steal, you go to jail. But a situation where when even we are being investigated, parliamentarians will leave parliament and go and sit on the streets just to show support. I mean, this is madness.
That's our standard.
Yes, this is our standard. And so we need to have our punitive system should be deterrent enough so that somebody who even is processing, who is thinking of stealing, would think twice before stealing. But it becomes so easy. It becomes so easy. And this, you see, AB said something. The opportunity cost of corruption. The opportunity cost of corruption is so high. If you go to every village and you see children drinking from the same river with donkeys or goats or sheep, that is opportunity cost of corruption. If you go to areas where pregnant women are lying on the floor, this youth, most of the youth who are supporting these politicians, who are demonstrating in support of these politicians who are unemployed, that is opportunity costs of corruption. So until we begin to do what Ethiopia, let me tell you what Ethiopia has done. In Ethiopia this year, May, they published a law. And you say, oh, every law should be, is it proactive or what? They have passed a law that is retroactive. It goes back 10 years. And 10 years, if you're a public servant or a political appointee, if you've acquired assets, and the cost of asset is more than 10 million of their currency, and you're not able to justify, if they see that there's disproportionate connection between your salary and the assets that you've acquired, they will confiscate it to the state. Go to Singapore. Some of their laws, even in Ethiopia, some of their laws, the burden of proof is on the state. If you are living exorbitant life, if you have put up 5 mansions, when your salary cannot put up even 1 mansion, why should the state be the one to prove that it is not yours? You have to prove that, yes, I acquired it lawfully. So the burden of proof should be on the person, not on the state. So I think we are over-practicing democracy. And therefore, people are taking advantage of that to plunder this country. And that is why we are still here suffering as a nation, going to IMF all the time to borrow $3 billion. That is spread over 4 years or how many years?
5 years.
I mean,
and paid in tranches.
I mean, that is crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Mr. Amaliba, how do we address this? For example, you, the parties, the NDC MPP, for example.
I wanted to make a point.
No, wait, your time will come. They say raise additional 4 million before you file. you've paid your main 500,000. You add additional 4 million. NDC also they will also raise some of the figures, not in the
Are we
same
moving
model.
to another topic?
No, not necessarily. But you know, they're financiers, and so we've created that culture. How do we change it? And it has to start with the political elite. What do you think?
You have diverted my train of thought, but
How do we resolve this?
You see, the problem has to do with your notion of what is good and what is bad. Your notion of how do I position myself in such a way as not to be corrupt. Because there are people in this country, they have stolen with their hands, with their feet, and with their stomach. They've stolen, no? They are filthy rich, but they are still corrupt. That is sickness. That is disease.
So they've stolen their head too.
Yes. They've stolen with look, they've catch the money everywhere, and they are still corrupt. You would have thought that they would have divested their activities, because now that they are rich, they will now do something which is lawful. Aha. But is it their fault? I say it's not their fault, because there's nothing that restrains them from doing that. You talk about the exorbitant fees the NPP is charging. It is not out of a vacuum. That amount they are charging their candidates, it's not out of vacuum.
It's a strategy.
The NPP sitting at their headquarters know who, when he was in power, how he was getting his money.
So they know who can pay.
That's it. They know. What are we now here when somebody wanted to buy all of our hotels? So if such a person is to pay 4 million, what is it? 400? 4 million. 4 million. What is that?
He said he's already paid.
I'm saying that again. They know who, when they were in power, what they grabbed. So they also want to take some for the party.
Are you making a claim that they are using it to raise
That's it. That's what they said. I said they want to also collect it.
You collected it in government, so now the party needs it.
There's one person who didn't grab.
I don't understand.
Yes.
And that person is crying everywhere. Yes. They've given 24 hours.
Who?
I don't know.
It's Comrade Japan.
No, but he hasn't said you, but he said he can raise it. But he thinks it's not right.
You didn't follow the discussions up to today.
He's challenging it.
You didn't follow the discussion up to today. The man is saying that that type of money, he never saw it.
Yes.
Oh, how?
The man is saying that he wasn't in that category. So he alone. And they gave it, how can they, did they give this other people 24 hours?
48 hours.
48 hours. They quickly paid. But I don't know whether today is the day they
So they've given you,
I don't know whether
they've given 48 hours.
Yes.
I don't know whether today he will be able to do it. So,
Have you spoken to him?
He needs 4,000 people to raise 1,000 Ghana cedis each for him, and then you have the 4 million.
why is he going to get that 4,000? So, when the MPP...
But he's been in government before.
When was that? When
You changed the
DMA.
topic, eh?
So, when the MPP make those outrageous fees, charges, they know the contestants and they know what they are capable of raising. So, leave the MPP aside. They are in a different world.
But that is unfair.
No, you see, when we are talking about corruption, you don't talk about the devil himself. They are in a different world. We are talking about these matters in parliament. How do we check that? Look, no amount of religious prayers can stop corruption. You can go to mosque 5 times a day, it won't stop corruption.
NSPPD?
You can do everything.
What God cannot do, cannot...
Now, what you can do...
What God cannot do does not exist.
No, the church, church, mosque don't stop corruption. What stops corruption is making it...
Abusing it, you know, the lady who has been jailed. Oh,
I'm saying
Agrada cannot.
No shrine too can stop corruption. Because you mentioned the name, I'm just going there. What can stop corruption is to make corruption a high risk venture. He mentioned it. A high risk venture. And there must be a no nonsense attitude towards it. A no nonsense attitude towards it.
Yeah.
Indeed, you know, we missed an opportunity during the Rawlings regime. That was when we should have dealt a heavy blow to corruption, but we missed it. How we missed it, I don't know, but we missed it. You need a leader who would ensure, and I hear the president preaching that on Tuesday at home, who would ensure that persons who are caught in that web are not allowed to escape. And if they are not allowed to escape, they go to jail. And when they go to jail, others will see. And at that point, you begin to see that people will be changing their lifestyle. Look, do you know that when Martin Amidu was appointed as a special prosecutor, the refrain in most ministries was that, hey, I don't want Martin Amidu to call me. Oh, I don't want Martin Amidu to call me. That was the refrain in the ministries. Because they know there's a no-nonsense person. Corruption doesn't like pampering, no? Because when you pamper corruption, in fact, it will turn around to consume you. You, the one who is pampering it. It will turn around. Because there's so much money that, apart from God, you can literally pay everybody out. So, you need a selfless leader who will say that, look, I am going on this trajectory and I'm going to ensure that I nail it. Okay. That's how to do it.
And don't tell me wrap up. They've all spoken.
Yeah, you have only 3 minutes.
No, don't go down that route. Don't go down that route. You never tell them.
No, we don't have the time. So you have only 3 minutes.
Them to wrap up. So don't tell me to wrap up. You never told them they have 3 minutes. Look, all the things we are saying. If you can't enforce the law, forget it. Simple. Enforcement of law. Forget it. And you know where enforcement and law starts from? Huh? Roland, you know where it starts from? The streets. The streets. You can't enforce laws on the streets where drivers are breaking traffic rules. Then how can you enforce laws in some of these big crimes that are going on? And I ask the question, at the dawn of independence, Ghana was a rich country, wasn't it?
Yes.
We had a leader, didn't we?
Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Yes. When
At the time we were equated to Malaysia.
When the leader was overthrown, what did we find he had?
Nothing.
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 Absolutely zilch. Nothing.
Even Rawlings has nothing.
Why can't we follow it, and why haven't we been able to follow that kind of a leader? Why? So it's inherent in us. Materialism is inherent in us. The fact that, do it right. I'm not saying materialism is bad, but do it right. And not because they put you in a certain position, use that position to now sit on people's necks and make it feel as if you have earned the money. We should all talk about it. And sometimes, AB says mosque and Christianity, we don't preach corruption. That is where we should start from. That is where we should start from. The big man who has walked into church and come to take his seat up there, the priest preaching should ask him directly, Mr. Jantwa, where did you get your money from? In the midst of everybody. Because we've got to be intentional if we're going to stop corruption. And if you're not intentional, and we pussyfoot around it and make it look as if, hey, this one, you can't touch him. Oh, this one is in my party, so leave him. Then what are we doing? We're doing absolutely nothing. And that is why I say, and Prof says, he doesn't think that we are in trouble if I say nothing could be done. President Mahama has said what? He wants a fast track to Nsawam. it should be seen to happen. But remember, and the boy, I come to you when you talk about it is the individual who should prove. In law, one is innocent until proven guilty. So although you might see that Kwame Jantwa has actually dipped his hands in the coffers, they are taking him to court. You've got to be able to prove I'm guilty.
But Kwame, that is why I said we are over partisan democracy and the rule of law. Because elsewhere they also practice democracy, but they have retroactive laws, and even some of the burden are now on the individuals, not on the state.
Listen, elsewhere the law works.
Yeah.
So let's make it work.
Elsewhere, will we make it work? Will we make it work?
We have no option, Nana.
But will we make it work?
How do we make it work?
We should change the mindset. How can a motorbike, just because it's a small motorbike, decide to drive on the wrong side of the road? Just because it's a small motorbike, go to another country and try and do it. Even bicycle. In some countries, if you drive the wrong side, if you ride the wrong side, you will be arrested. Why does it happen in our country? And let me give you another example. Our politicians, what car do they drive?
Land Cruisers.
Land Cruisers. When they drive the Land Cruisers, when they drive the Land Cruisers, what is inside? Wahoo. No be so. So people also go and buy the Land Cruisers, and what do? They also put wahoo in.
You mean even the ordinary folks?
Yes.
Even pastors?
Yes. They put sirens in. And the police who are standing on the road. Yes, wahoo. That's what it does. The police who are standing on the road, who are supposed to check, just because that person is sitting in a four-wheel drive, he assumes that that person is a public figure, so he can't stop him. Public figure or no public figure, you should be able to stop anybody who is going against the traffic laws. And if you are not able to do that on the streets, how will we be able to solve the big crimes?
Okay, thank you.
You see, you've gone there again.
Yeah.
It is up to
I give it 3 minutes, use 5 minutes.
It is up to all of us. It's not only up to the politicians, it's up to all of us to change the system.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about 4.5, only 8.
Felicia
4.6 million.
Abani, wishing you all the best for the day. I know that you live in the Afram place.
You know that our party is coming up very soon. Do you know that, Papa Ro?
I don't understand.
I'm saying that our party movement, we are transiting.
To NPP?
To register as a political party?
No. Now our political by next week, Ghanaians will hear about us.
All right, let me congratulate a number of individuals. Thank you, Professor Okukunchi, as well as Ebo Backman. When I first knew him, he was an NPP member. He's one of the disappointed. If he was there, he couldn't have paid the 4 million.
If he stayed there,
if he was
4.6 million, problem is running away.
I think it's 4.5, right? He paid
4.6 for filing.
And then of course, lawyer Kwame Jantwa. It's been a while. I've seen him. So of the CPP, the son of Jantwa.
F.A. Jantwa.
F.A. Jantwa. Yes. Okay, and then of course, the Director General, Governor General
one and only
of the National Road Safety Authority,
aka
lawyer Abraham Amaliba. Let me say good morning also to all those who will be called to the bar this morning. I have Esther.
Let's congratulate
Esther Pretty Do. Now Esther. Now Esther Brew also to be called to the bar by God's grace, and then also Joseph Akable, you'll be called to the bar. Congratulations to you.
From your team.
3FM, we have a lead producer there as well. So congratulations, Joseph Akable. 62's Don Ulo.
You didn't read any of
the messages.
Yes.
I have some nice 62's Don Ulo to be called to the bar. And so it's hard work, I am told.
Very hard work.
Before you be called to the Ghana bar.
No, I'm brave.
I'm told that. So, and then also the Council of States member representing the Volta region, Gabriel Komiga, at top play as well. Wishing you all the best for the day. Great guy, great man. And all those who tend to watch us as well, we're grateful. I have a couple of messages, so let me just quickly go through. Okay, so more importantly, I have this one from Sheikh Abubakar Napari, who says that it is important that we discourage people from being corrupt. And then Mani also sends a message, just that one to me was being taken to Yoko, see the youth all going through. But all right, so we're taking a break. We'll be right back. Not before we tell you that if you want to look smart and fashionable, visit any Woodin boutique nationwide today. Woodin offers amazing collection of authentic African fabrics and ready to wear, all coming in beautiful designs and colors for men and women. And so with Woodin, you get to be creative and versatile with your designs. You also get to be confident and show off how truly African you are in Woodin. Go to a Woodin boutique near you today and choose from their variety of trendy products to complement your style. So follow them across social media. Woodin Fashion, they're always available.
All right, so this is Nsema. Abraham Amaliba and so Ediatu Ipia. Na wuti ni nsem na okana owura we wuti mu se oye emoka ne sen Mutala Muhammad papa ya aeroplane helicopter kokla she ya ohwere ne nkwa ye oye anti-corrupt, I mean oye just incorruptible. Untimi mfa corruption enter agno. Senka Mutala etiasia. Enka niema bebree ebeko ye ediama NDC. Because galamse issue we buntaka etnase mihuni video bia or send a warning at the command NDC nkrofo ano moye galamse ni bi so no de say onyanya information say wo ye bia obeba bebodi or public. You see the kind of person Mutala is, and as Mutala was, they say Yebeka say was because we near as to be finding baby and it is very devastating. That is the life we are living. In Abraham Amaliba, I've been following him. The BBI fatwa or cancer na a down was a son in I really love him, me penasem pa because of cancer plain. Stray bomb no ato area to one. Yanko say Kyei Mensah Bonsu. Ono so de nsem bi aba monten so. Munim se NPP for na me no kese on the 10th of October 2025 and omokoye balloting. Me sure say by now ko ma ye as at the time I was creating content no. Omokoye balloting on their primaries presidential who will lead the party in 2026 onwards. Into omokoye ballot paper no so do be di enimu no be di akiri no be di net all the time kan. Kyei Mensah Bonsu akasa afa ho. Any chema wuntumi nsensemi nti bi yakobe beto so.
Okay. And papa asan asoreko. The many times me mab ensure so mo ko school na me kodada. Uni ho. Memra no moda. Na it wasn't the best. The do baby na me fi say be ma be bi. Wa me ni nyina. Sometimes also o ma kwa enso so e ma fofofo nso ba. Okay. Now, it also helps in what we call institutional renewal. Now, yahwe afofofo no so oma ho de a omo nso bitimi edebeboa. Yes. Sometimes bia obu nkompo hwechi na bia wo hwe say yen me of a penny no mo kom ra shebedwa emu samre no. Kyei Mensah no. Okay. Dr. Adokofonum. Okay. Ose Kwakunum. Okay. Banredunum. Ose Edunum. Me no mo come na shebedwe fi no. The experience that they had. Se be nimdia no mo wo. Me bia me de to ho ne se sankrofo nkomo wo parliament nepa ka parliament na ho den be yesen. Nke be tunu nko be fepa. Look at NDC. Ohwe nipa ni bia omunni mrahye bedwafie ende yenu ya baako a meka se no so yenimdie ni e wo mrahye bedwam on the NDC side. Okay. Ayi do ajaho. Okay. Our rise be speaker and we ni hobio fuseni inusa
a very credible friends, a parliamentarian. And then only who you. So what dreams says Sankrofuni Komoha, Benjamin Kumbonum. Some will hope to enrich the human resource of parliament. Like a parliament now what they get to say. Sometimes what dreams are. Okay. But the other side also is that say almost so in the Ohan Kibia ne Omamabano. Kibia almost in your space. And near Master Sakakra. Ne Master Sakakra and I be a midinwa home. And they say, and they say, Sikasem Yadoso. Can you ba parliament? And this Sikasem no parliament no. A doson he find in my parliament in the Femwaba. So, ye share parliament as I may banner. Sabi, I could get a nabeto and I make a pre be. Okay. Na prayer make a prayer no. So I'm reno. But company for her. Said you should not be your motor. Now, it be our business be that so. Okay. So now they are called bo a punum abesre. Send ya could be a toa, ye no. Na a lady, Utibiani. Utibiani, say, oh, say, dear, yes, say, will be a echo bopunumwa. Now, if you besides the dinner, they buy what because maybe as in the crack run say. The crack run. Dia imu anko yedu se bo mu ade ni mu anko yedu anso na wo ko bisa no no a na afi yesi wo de aka wase na sore kwai so no na ye me titibie se yesi e bi ho kra yesi bi kwa na yesi motorbike bi di akire na television set ni fridge ni manema ye ne sadia na chese ye ton ye kadma min ka bi no na say wo ka primaries no a be yi mrahye be dwani no na ye ton na say wo ye sanso na say nipa na nam sa kwan no so ko mrahye be dwafie wa ye de bia me ka no me ka say in politics there's no for that Christmas they say wo yiri nipa no say ma me say ansa no ko na say wo de ema na say wo no nya afi bie pono ma ne ekọ no ko na ne party idi nkunim ne bia ye de ne ko baby esike bi wa e hono no so hwe medas le bebre no so esa afi fighting corruption ketase ne proye no na be ye de ma ti 28 years ni mo no o primaries mo wan sheda beyond shinap say na no me pese me kwa na abusuafo pese me ko no wan sheda ntua bibia oh in 1996 ame koye sa ameka sa me ne sa ne mai mai etuetua no na tutua bia ni na wo na na sha sa bre no na yesu ya ni maso matches ne pine ne t-shirt o nti nei yes sa ye koye nim no kan ne agi akontase kan agi akontatiko tie bia na mo cha matches ne pine ni t-shirt but then say sa me no na entisa okay e bia ye say tete on kwa sha ase no ebia obekọ akra bia se okohwe ewa abato so no de no mo ye no se ofi baabi na eba umbra no obetra ha bia don hwemi don hwemi nsansa na yato aba no bia be don hweri nan se nipa no do so a obe he no mo nyina ka mo habom no omo no aduane okay e dia mam du wi akọ so mo kra asen ahwew wo no aduane wi a wokọ obe he no be bia ofiri ba no yesi bia ha transport ni 20 cedis okay so ndo ko no ba 40 cedis ni achicha mo no mdeko that was what was happening. So, but not the intinama in Nenusica Sema Bishimusa. Oh, nearby. What's them the Cassia? Maybe boy. Young Kaka, oh, penny for the beer can be now more mobile or more five beer. Say, I can't watch them the beer. You can't watch them the beer, and Timmy say, make us say, or more trouble. You say, a bit my expand the electoral college. A delegates, no. Delegates, no. Okay. Me beer. Kebeya NPP mi party asem na make okay NPP for wo so amenyina no omunya kwa mechire mwabi se kobasa na is a general election they have who is ketu bia mem okay what you say se ko ni paka kra bia de bia no na sa ade no ewo ho nti na no reforms mo call congress o legon ho no me say we over 40 something proposals na call ye
187
meeting 47 me say aba na ba akufo no obi ade say ba
187 amendments
amendments now propose
yes
na de wo kan wo mu say mo broaden electoral college
yes because say yenye ne sa
okay
but ne nipa ne bi nso say see no ka say yenye sa e be yedin because we now have to have a friend saying constituency bia no see be nya sa nkrofo no we now have to register them nti o se eto ebu ase ne aye eni nti na ekoba ase ene yemfa former executives mum enkoka ho
okay
so atiase me former executives ni mpo a me ka se yemfa mo nka ho no
enu so propose here
yes I did
okay
because me alternatives
okay
some say enyi dia yemfa former executives ni nka ho
okay
na former executives na me yemfa mo nka ho no me ka se the chairman constituency chairman bia wa badada constituency secretary bia wa badada na fi constituency organizers the organizer, the women organizer, ebia the youth organizer almost 3 near from go secretary ni chairman no o som ho no na omonkoye members of the constituency executive committee
okay
didn't have me kana say yes about work because you see we have national constitution now so at the national level no the friend NEC national executive committee no former secretaries former general secretaries eka ho former chairman eka ho
CCA wo NEC
okay ansa na nsakra bebe
okay
na omo ka ho na organizers ni mum na enka ho na I propose here for organizers na enka ho adentia you see party no organization pa no the greater responsibility is on the shoulders of the organizers
okay
Kwame Nkrumah say organization decides everything what you say tina me say sa organizers me for munka ho even the organizers no me sign the proposal by say bia me ka say youth the organizers and the women organizers the for munka ho bia na adwemeba say youth organizers no and I'm saying the age bound intino
okay
obi kodi be 80 years why youth organizer paying that's what see inside for them his capacity as a former youth organizer be no be having
okay
because say if the thinking may be say if you are youth organizers in the inform nka because of more than age bound and yes but at least the organizer and the youth and the women's organizers in the inform nka and those were the proposals am here ntina ma me dia no edo bebre no
over
187 but mo so ne so no ebi o ha mo yes o yenhwe ani mo ansa de on say mo ka say ensusu ni bebre aba na omo fi say progressively no and e bi be ka ho
okay
me dey me giri say the next destination is say e be tre ye hyiemu ama all card bearing members abaye abatofo or constituencies and the region and even at the national level.
Do you think there's a some constitution as party na nkasa no se mo be sesana mo sesan like mo ye overhaul if it's a last week na last week na any opinion ba ko kasa no se ade bia no makoya amendment de makoya amendment se mo be
there should be a complete overhaul. There should be a total overhaul because you see in one breath and so you say sometimes I'm speaking for myself
okay
from my own experience on say you kotoba ewie at the constituency level you kotoba ewie asana akoyi MP kotoba na ewie no na bia nkrofo bia kosi agina ohwemu nkrofo mu ba MPs no media we na ba me support we minipa we minipa we ndi ho ye betoba na ewie na ko produce one ekoyi MP ba ko ana say parliamentary candidate ba ko oba he constituency level no ko ana nchichemu aba constituency level no ko ana nchichemu aba ibi modwa say ndi uba na wakono ho e ba say ye adwumaden dia boa party na at that level no cry there's a friction ewo constituency level e beba ba national level
okay
ko ye eya no so hwem we na sa presidential candidate dem support no so no wa ma nipa na ma na ho no so na dia sama ba mini aba so wo ko abrochen ma ye hwe mo sua wo mo no in the Westminster system UK ye traba eyi the leader of the party on the be the chairman on the be the chairman sanity ewo the US is the flagship of presidential systems. Donald Trump na no yi no ina sa so no ko yi ni chairman ono ne ko yi ni chairman
okay
ono ne ko yi ni organizers
okay
ono ne ko yi ni fundraisers
okay
but the parties no central administration professional administrators of your party no
but
your research your communications
omo no ene ye de ene de mo party ni ye no twaka bi wo mu ese
twaka wo mu ni say ye party organization no ya na say tetio say na mass parties na communist parties no eyo de no
okay
say ye de
okay
and we must now interrogate these things ni hwe say ni ye eboyen the divisions eba party no mu
okay
the corruption eba party no mu
okay
na afi ye hu say how to improve it but nyeni papa ko itri mu po we can all brainstorm ya hwe say ya so ya hwe ya so nsu ya hwe ye nso ensanso hwe yehu de mu du
nsusu ye yi a wo de tutu UK de ehu yi na enam so amasisi a mo yes a bottom up approach ya na una wo ya no ma wo hwe spago nekefo na so mse se dia ende mu mi ni kan na ye yi flag bearer no mum indirectly ana mo ne mo brofo covertly and overtly we in national chairman ni other executives a omo be boa no ama ware ne power na
me I wouldn't say nipa ba ko fo ntimi enforce NPP say na monye
okay
I think it was a collective decision
ide na nipa ba ko no ni mu eduru because nye nipa ketu awo party ni
sir sa na bia wo bi so na obi so ehunu ni sa no de enka ho me giri say omo de nsani nyina to nsani ni so
okay
na mo hu say eyi ni say na beboa
okay
na me omo aye sese no me giri say ebeboa party no we beboa party no titiri ni say sometimes
to map no
say e sha se fi presidential no say party na nkasa mu die ne abato no de a polling station, electoral area, constituency, regional, national. And okay. Ebe follow. So me dada no. Omo time ni bi ni say nke ni kan toaba enyi wo mo ansa presidential you know.
Okay.
The ama party na nyantum ni say omo time nso. Omo time nso because they are elected to serve 4 years. In the polling station for instance, omo abato no happened in March. And I feel coordinators there beto aso April and constituency there beto aso May and June yekoye region and July yekoye national.
Okay.
So into more time no so untimi truncate the tenure. Then presidential no there constitution no say ye to abawie na say yankwa aban mu a so not later than 24 months answer general election nabano itime to aba and what it means is that you to aba ni wie near swear in new president anytime from that time until me fan say the sambre maker anytime from January 7th this year to 7th December next year itime to aba ni your presidential candidate.
Okay.
Now party decided say yenye no early next year because no mo say ye jadun to ho cheria ahwa e be wi na entitimi kraba because na ade na enya nhase na kra na nkofo bi abɔ hoslama o mo aho ama bi atie sudwomu a na afi kasa bi e ba na no ya yeden
okay
the party no then felt ye ne ntemo a na ye bi atu atwa
okay
ye presidential candidate we will require time to heal wounds.
Okay.
Wo mfe miensa. So obi ne ti obi na so, obi ne kansin bi a obi ampa, ebi nyamre ne de yesa ne ma no. Nti maybe it may not be the ideal situation, but pragmatically it is the best for the time being.
Best sir, ebi mu hu ni say said ye wo church ye say enka mo cha say organize mo ho a ebi a omo executive omo sesi a no mo time nson ye.
Yes.
Nti bi beso next year no. Ebi si o enka mo lusi abase no. Mo sha say enka December yi mo beto aba mo to yi polling station executives ni ade free form we ba kenta se mo ntoto amani medu national executives ne so no. No mo time no aso. Eno ma kwan ma wo mo a ase omo ho afono nkrofo na party ma hu ni so omo anya omo adwuma yie no omo yi omo si nchen ma omo try foforo nso hwe se mo ma ye bi anye ye nti mo ma foforo mra na se si e said yo aye ne de ase ebe favor candidate bi
enyi ni sa kane no a ebi akoto aba oye bi esi nchen foforo aba
okay
ene amendment na ye no uko yi ni si nchen akoto aba ne bi
oh I see
what you say so bi say ukoto aba ebi enyi nkrofo mfiri ho ne mfa foforo mra de obi ene amendment na ekoye no so also we dey ho yi na also ko yi na firi ho a what you say we ni firi ho a oto aba
okay or a delegate okay
so you see it doesn't really change anything but me the man make say if we have to be pragmatic near see no ne say who ha na be party ni no so see to be ko yi we a ano be brase and even though I've indicated say and na amendment aye no ensesa niema no and can you still see say ye ko ya de no obe na obi chinchina na we na minipa na no kwa nkrofo ko sponsor nkrofo to positions na be wie no na fe the huge rifts ba party ni mo the chaka kese ba party ni mo
na onyi ni se de TCC ayi mo be wie so chaka no be ba still because ebi mu wo mu a especially wo contest no na here ebi mu wo timuka na eminase pose ase ya hyehye de ebua wo bi
hwan ya hyehye de ebua no kwan ben so
ya won't
yeah no mete na let the person talk to the issue say assembly obi bit maka obi san say nchichi mu ni sen a obi san na apem no because any american on say people in fact be a big ground for madwin is say amendments say ayi no foforo no ukoya say enyi bi mfiri ha ni pa kodo basa to ba
okay
what you say so you see say any no kwan bo na de ho hinu kra be kese say be organize go to
dia mo be free ho ni nyina mo nyina na be to aba for instance youth organizer bi o ha amendment no e bi a no want to aba ni bi because what church say we proposal ni mo no youth organizer for the former for no mo bi o mo hye mo a age nsensem nti
no na me ka say
okay
me ka say and come back as part of any serving executive.
Okay, not as delegate.
Not just as delegates.
Just as delegates. Okay.
Because once I'm sure said national executive level. No.
So it's your move as delegates.
It's move as delegates.
Okay.
But
nothing
more.
Okay.
But I make us at the national level. No. So no.
Okay.
Send your national level, the general secretary, national chairman, past ones, no, previous ones, no. Ashimu say neck transfer moka hubi no. Sana na make us say yemfa at the regional level, national level ground. Yemfa women organizers and count.
Okay.
Yemfa national organizers, past ones no, and count no, because organization no, almost
okay.
Now omo be part of neck. What you see? Honor na make us say be a youth organizers and maybe a bit more excluded because of age. So become permanently. That should also translate to the regional level. Regional executive no. Okay. Constituency sa na wose no some keye. Those were part of the proposals I made koya make us say no dey omo anya ntum sa but jitu mo say omo delegates. So nti still omo a friend saying adwenkyere say hwan na eba whether as parliamentary candidate whether as presidential candidate by amendment no omo nyina aka ho etimi kire ho adwene.
Okay. Ye beba party back but mensa fa onko parliament ye mekije from 97 ni dwuma so na wodi wo parliament ya wo kan say eku bi kra wo ye wo mo chairman na nra mo kohia yi na Commonwealth Parliamentary Association so o ye vice chairman ntina nka nimdie ne parliament dwumadie die benini hwekro wa abache wo bia wo de beboa nti ebere a o resign ye no say majority leader no ebi mu hu ni say ase jaman kiye be yu na mpani se fere ani anim go ewo de ani afanyina mu say ne me mamu nyime na me resign ye ebi feel say when free parliament leadership ni mo honorably because forces be and ma will take certain decisions na nka won take
we the ayenra 70 no ibitimi aka ho asem kakra se men kama ne nko akiri.
Okay.
Yes, proposals eba say party ni eni ahoden kese wo central region.
Okay.
Zamre no. Don't forget NDC for omo minority leader ato current finance minister. Omasasa Haruna ama ato Forsen, Dr. Ato Forsen abeye minority leader.
Yeah.
Na John Mahama ye ne say presidential candidate.
Okay.
No me president. Na amanfo susu say e den amesa kofa Roba Professor Jane.
Okay.
Na from central region amana san beye. Nti omo na mo push say o ene to give visibility to the party no.
Okay.
Yema yensesemu ema minua kuma afenyo emeye no me deputy ono mo meye majority leader.
Okay.
To give visibility to the party in the central region.
Okay.
More or less to match the NDC for the person moye.
I see.
Most of the MPs disagreed. Na me fa say mumbe dio wotwe nson akoye krata undertaking to support me say matete bi. Na mo mpere so I should still continue because yemra no say the leader must be chosen by the MPs. The standing orders no for no sa na ekire.
Okay.
Na ye pefe. Enti ye konhyiemu na nhyiemu no se ne amhwe ase ne nemesi ko no. Na me hu say
How many course?
MPC no.
Okay.
MPC no ehyiaye.
Okay.
At the instance of the president.
Okay.
Na even ministers ni bi so abebo member ti so matete say apart from the 87 no. Na ministers ni bi kra abebo member ti say o matete say na I shouldn't give in. But the
coaching say ni mu kakra un say ayon community.
O say o matete say yes say ye be say leadership no.
Okay.
Now they support me I should keep the position.
Okay.
Now edu baby me hu say me insist here say me buy chi me kan no there was going to be an implosion in the party e be twema me ntwe.
Okay.
Na say ekobasa ene ye to abeya anko yi amayin yenkugu no aye ayi poto say kane ke kan ke Kyei Mensah Bonsu din wo mu ono kra kan ho na ma the see parliament ne kan ho na ma ye lusu sa.
Okay.
Nti na me yese da bi e bi adu no mamba ye bia nti me ntwe me ho to save the party nti na e ho no a me kiro krata bi e kasa say I don't want to be the eye of any storm.
Oh, tisa expression no na asechere no.
Sa asechere no. Say di kiki kribeba party no. I resigned to save the party.
Oh,
now I don't regret ni ameye no because menim senkede ayi pinche beba party no pa.
Waje word never nan kan bebusa say nti wanu ho ana afisi bia ka wotena ho a bia na nkaye nyu emfi o wan resign ya kaye nyu anyway because anya hwe no wo free mo no na wamomo 137 seats enye for the first time we had a hung parliament but Enye hang parliament.
It was not a hang parliament.
Okay. Yeah, they are hang in it, but we senior parliamentarian. So we see can near hanger and near hang parliament. But we don't move free minority. And I be more a whooping majority. And I ba a near hang parliament. And I never 88 to say 87. In 2 years, I be say na nye say na mpese me ja parliament mami party for.
Oh, and a crack. But me so me let me see my edin kugo no there and the man be brave.
Okay.
So nti me enfan ko chese dey see parliament no enso enko and ma kugo ne basa.
Maybe say hanka parliamentarian leadership role no could it have brought some sort of influence and some change?
Well, so na make you say ya to ba na wi edin kugo ayen hwehwemu.
Okay.
Hwehwemu bi e kan say sa ne many see no so e kan ho bi as to the role he played sebia ema MPs no numbers no e bi atie ba ko na miru ana se du ene de minti me nkyere.
Okay.
So what I say no so mo kan say eno so e kan ho bi but that is history we must learn from it near kwa animu no ye manage enema yi
o sha party ni any woody ni ye ana mpanyimfo ni woody ni ye that time no knowing said ya why ye adwuma as minority bedroom majority a mama anko ni because ebi mo feel say oh now one kasa won contest bi and it was just some few months or a year barely nanka if you onum tinka if you had left parliament as the sitting majority leader it would have been beautiful and honorable.
Yeah, sir assessment no and maybe definitive pronouncement on it no there member say meka ehwasem debi nya ebeka hwasem
anya debi any honorable
debi anya debi debi beka hwasem I'm in the process of beginning to write maybe throw 2 books bi bobo nema bi epo nyame ma me nkwa mama hode a
okay
maybe in one of the books we can write about this.
Okay.
Na ya chechire mu ye. For now, baby a party ne kura wo sese no. Maybe ha o kan ho asma wo so odi bi eto enchen kakra. Odi bi see. Yes sometimes maybe on the face of it we find say very innocuous.
Yes but
ehun hia. But we na san ko fa san ko peje bi aba. Emwa be a party no discussions going forward for now.
Okay.
I would say unum ensure.
Okay.
And now the train epe. The money be sometimes you
nti yen twen ngoma no ye be bom paya man kwatentene ahodi ama so si yen twen ngoma no ye be twen ngoma ye data di ni birthday wi ade chia na odu birthday nti bia na tie bi wo de be ba na ya kinkan ngoma ni bi o kan se o ya yen hwehwemu nti afi ye be sian ko party mu kakra nhwehwemu ye te Prof Michael Kwe committee but ye te Ashanti region so say chairman at a committee na wo na wo da no. What was your finding?
Oh, yeah, yes, a trouble ni no. Asante, Ashanti region, and the heartbeat of the party. A trouble ni no, anko ye kra.
Okay.
Nti me won crime po, ena omo frame me se memra. Chema wontumi eno mo frame me se memra na omo ye regional executive committee meeting bi.
Okay.
Exactly 1 week. The Trabana Miminda 1 week pepe no mkoye meeting no mkase the edro no mbese omoteba asomfo bi no mo hwehwe mu nti mekoye Miminda no mekoye no mo yese ba asomfo no motia no mbese meda no ye hwehwe mu nti enna ekoye ya ye de hwehwe mu ansa na national kra beti omoso de no nti national so ti omo de under Professor Okwi.
Okay.
Enu achi yewo amanyokuo bi o Germany.
Okay.
From CDU.
Okay.
Christian Democratic Union. They now until recently now Angela Merkel.
Edano, okay.
You know my sister parties. The International Democratic Union emu. Enti omo foundation bi o ha friend of Conrad Adenauer Foundation. Ye tro ba bia ewia se bedin kunim se bedin kugu. Omo hwehwem. So no. Enti omo so ye omo aso hwehwem. University professors been so come home ye omo so hwehwem.
Okay.
Independent of what the party no say yenye no. Na significant say human conclusions no enyina Ashanti den na e bi edi kan ba abonten.
Okay.
Conclusions no ye about the same.
Oh, I see.
Say first one ye external factors affect minor the administration. COVID-19 and Russia-Ukraine war. Then external factors, their impact on the economy.
Okay.
Because don't forget, Nana as a president, those days, Assembly C, no can they be in a fellow Ghanaians broadcaster no say I say oye bibia no the J amount for so be protected lives and livelihood. Enti ma no boka wo eni ma ye no na ye katwitwi mpanifo se ye nkote adurumra eno ne ahan nti ma no boka subsequently nya impact on the economy so
okay
Russia Ukraine war so eni ma de buy fertilizers ye crefi Russia Ukraine iron rods steel products e nye free ho
no bande mi ntwa no nanse ya IMF for ya o se World Bank ebeka say really na enye Russian Ukraine war no per se na economy na ankasa no ye foundation no fundamentals no na enye solid nti na ese dua achia koninchemu timframa bi ebo pa from adende mbo abua na ebebu na se na economy no ejina ne nanso wo grande ya enka sa Russia Ukraine no ne ekeka ho no covid no ke ntimi ma economy no enko chiri krusa
mene sa observation no mene eya adwin
okay
yedi kai wan kase Russia Ukraine war no any covid enya impact wan kasa o se enya impact there but the economy the Ghanaian economy na nkasa na ho de ne nyina so no enye strong papa
yeah
anything na ma enya sa devastating impact no that is what the report said
yeah
anything na ma President Mahama call UN no okwo adbite say eno so ka ho na ma the economy no enya sa meltdown
but na ye wo fie no na muma ye feel it say ase eno na say bibia na economy no gina ne nanso cream
minia ba ye ma me kasa no see ye economy no ye propelled by agriculture
okay
any mineral resources agricultural produces no cocoa ni ma ye koton yi any ene bayire no ne pineapples na ye kwa amana ne koton yi we don't process them and wo kwa wono nipa kro no ebo ope na wo to no so what you see
yeah
where market price of cocoa be na swati cocoa no yeduane bebre na sesu bebre a sa afi ne swati nje ze niam ko bu dwa so no
okay
but you see na ma swati say any process ya chocolate products no ne bo e wo ha afi bi e koso ba cocoa na beans na o de kono de ne bo no esote na ayi apagya ne swati na apagya ne swati e koso na ba form what you say but chocolate products no confectionaries in there dey bia e bo no koso what you say now you gold enra mitiasen bia aye me de for the first time in the history of gold production gold bo say etwemu $4,000 per ounce
okay
let's just say Ghana iti ebeye last year the gold production na ye about 4.5 million ounces. There's a unya 4,000 per ounce. You do the calculation, the gold in the brain.
Okay.
What we don't do, and they say unlike South African man also produce gold. We processing no. The raw gold in the echo. And we should begin to do the processing. So yes, sir, you add value. Apart from adding value, no more cost no. Yes, sir, also my employment among local people.
Okay.
What you see? Yeah. We don't do these things. You know, a high end kakra. Until also it so
that is the fundamental na
but
encrophonic
yes.
Because if your industries are a bit add value to your raw materials now.
Now, friend is saying factories now, you know. The lifeblood of every factory, of every industry, a friend is saying energy.
Okay.
What you say?
Yeah.
Energy. The cost of energy in Ghana is huge. The cost of energy in Ghana is huge. Energy no, ena ne boarding power, ena ne boarding. Emma, inti so we use power no. Emma the cost of production the cost low.
Okay.
Ghana your power. Say the energy mix. The generation, makes about 13 cents per kilowatt hour. So, how person would yes smelting of gold?
Which they are seeking to even review it upwards.
Yes. No, and the electricity for no board. I'm saying that a board normally produce energy, power. No.
So, at the end of the day, mobile shares are a bono at the final consumer.
Yes. Until I make a say. Sadia no also hwene
okay
because open say we produce a gold na person ye smelting
ye nane no
energy no bo no den to be we na gold no bo no akosoro nti margin profit na also nya so wunya na sa Another time, President Kufuor at the time, on say kasi ye integrated bauxite and aluminium.
Okay.
So even we're thinking of keeping them
okay.
Yeah, getting it off the ground on na yeding. I didn't hear. The cost of power. You see, yenya iron ore deposits. Oh, shiny. Now let me say this. Now me say yenya new discovery of iron ore T region. Mesre kakra.
Ade.
Because shiny stretch no an about it.
Shiny no he.
Yen decide ho.
Okay.
What you say?
Okay.
Equapim Togo Mountain. Equapim Togo Mountain no stretch no. And then the iron impregnated rocks no war.
Oh, I see.
So, nti umwa ko pie Togo kra.
Okay.
Na yen Ghana portion na ye hunu no. So, ya testy ehunu I think Encrophobi my yes serious studies in it. One man be a friend of Baby. The company be a friend of Emerald.
Okay.
Or my yes serious studies in that. Ama nana adodanko Kufuor a brayer yes no my ye empirical studies.
Okay.
Just say none of me who say about 170 billion dollars worth of it. In fact, so strategical in the honokwa echo ekupie to go honoa. So the discovery no close to 500 billion dollars more.
I see.
I was surprised they did that. Anyway, but that's another matter. Okay. The American say
so now you are
the
giving
cost
us
of power.
The
cost of power.
No? External factors.
Yes.
I be affect the economy. No, you can't say economy. No, the fundamentals. They can also cost of power and why.
Every anti-way and some Kyei Mensah Bonsu so edit to Ibra. Papa we hypocrite. Oye hypocrite. So mo ina ebo mi afo ni bi o. So mo be ka ya Kyei Mensah Bonsu na 2023 2024 bo mi ebe running mate na Kyei Mensah Bonsu. Ne ni abre ne ho. Okotreto ni page, the Facebook page. Baumia doesn't need any block-headed person. Then time not to bomb the amama napo. But a moko sro, no moko sro, about form, a ye bibiano. A mighty kuku prempe, napo, and no more then, the man. This time around, the subai anyhow we see behaving now. It tells you say, Unya, running meeting na ubidi. But no question say, that's him we NPP for Omwankasa, Omunim say, a no quarrel. Kyei Mensah Bonsu a omuji no edi free parliamentary leadership no. Eno na amwa NPP. Although sending Yamanko, although sending NPP be lose elections. But not to the extent say ombe lose. I have it less than 100 MPs. Yes. Because Kyei Mensah Bonsu eka one of the enkofo omo core parliament omo chair ye omo chapa. He was part of them. Kyei Mensah was part of what? Mfanchemi Kyei Mensah na oka ho. Omo a omo tena parliament chair ye. Omo no munim standing orders. Omo no munim parliamentary business. Omo munim parliamentary strategies. Omo timi working ema omo kan say what do quality omo timi working ema MPs no omo nya more seats no. Kyei Mensah was vehemently part of them. Kyei Mensah was vehemently part of them. The day leadership ni break and do you know why? Na ayika ho abrantie we kinofrata ene watu pia for ejano is awan ene nam US wadana kura ketekete wo US because of corruption because of bribery kinofrata ene wadana kura ketekete wo US eno na mano de na ho tete because on himself ya or jiffin a beji pin or no na otachiribi na otachiribi and umuyi Kyei Mensah Bonsu or no no catch any wafa a kufado the entire president say no uncle I will say Kyei Mensah Bonsu free honum na me amedi minipa afenyomaki ebehye ho and a kufado si debut Kyei Mensah Bonsu a serious factor in the NPP when it comes to parliament, and I say when it comes to parliamentary business, and indeed he was Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, parliamentary business, or no minister then. And you consider Nema Baby, but Kinofrata insisted, and you all know say Kinofrata was the engine for what Akufo-Addo Aban. Kinofrata no engine, the center of it. Or no, a raise point edibasia also be stay connected. And yes, I will do my bebo. And only a Akufo-Addo kikan ya na Akufo-Addo tiase. And umuyi Kyei Mensah Bonsu efiri ho. Kyei Mensah Bonsu umuyi ufiri ho asebi papa. What being or politics? I was in Tawusunya be film no. And on the Sonsia and on the Hoko Dombromia. Instead of you to go and join Kennedy Japan, because Kennedy was fighting for the freedom of the party. Kennedy was fighting for the freedom of the party. But also, it's an adodia wedi, any sika modi, any constituency went to me and develop. O constituency went to me and develop. Kyei Mensah Bonsu koheswabe, interchange wa nyebi. Interchange wa nyebi. Enti we Gabby beka say mu MPs amuwayi mu na mu disappointed o kan wa yebone. Gabby beka wa yebone. We nkwade me I side with Gabby asarochire da kon. MPs of Washington we no disappointed asantefo about 47 constituencies, you know. MPP were almost 40 or something less than 35. And I say something less than 39. And you know, Sanko for we na parliament is summonum among who say Bian Sabia so mun develop a sentimental. And the Kyei Mensah was a kaftan abetanahon a interview. Adia to see with free party no parliament in or be position as senior debut. Asantefo, over to you. Catch them more. You know, Asantefo. Young MPP no man to more MPP nya sorry ya watum. MPP is just a political party, and the political party open hiding could join. But I'm sorry dear, you would to ma and no crown, so feel so giddy. You can go to Memnedakoko and what live Catholic. It is about the time minimum for you need to rise up against all these MPP crooks, MPP criminals. I'm telling you, Papa to work say Kyei Mensah Bonsu, or you're one of the MPP criminals. MPP for Mama MPP was something Memuno, or can no do money. And can you quite say more something for Mubi money crazy at the piano? Mekai maybe 2022. Yankopon Bruno. Or see the constituency or Mudi Sebi insu and a palm who Samukai, then tell me Devi, Mujitun this animal. It tells you. So no one can say who the ABC and already of course uncle parliament bill. And can nimbi guasi poto to say and the appear could be to me lawyer. Or no anti-me and developing the constituency or call your motuti and was some churching of any Katie Hammond Adansia Soka when you go to a Mukuruma in 2020 last elections. It's Ghana for something for moment said and now because MPP no mum permasem MPP can never give you any developmental project in this country. They only come loot, share and destroy. Omo to say bronsam. Omo to say the devil himself. Oba ubi real no idea. Wa kun no sell. They come loot, share and what destroy. That is the painful truth. That is the hard truth. The qualify woman. Kyerɛ w'adwene mu ni sɛ obi adwa na mu abu mfo yɛka no koraa kyerɛ wo because nokware no ne kra din ne tie so ɛyɛ. Bidi ano mɛka Nyankopɔn hyira wo. Bye bye.